Police immediately go out to these oil and gas tanks. They find Shanann's body. They find a sheet that was from her bedroom. They find that there's evidence the girls are inside these tanks. And they have the terrible task of now trying to get these little girls out of oil tanks.
My daddy is a hero. He helps me grow up strong.
Behind every smiling photo was a secret ready to explode. The Chris Watts case proves that even the perfect life can mask unthinkable horror. If nightmares ever walked among us wearing the mask of an ordinary life, the Chris Watts case is an American nightmare. In August 2018, what seemed like a normal day for a Colorado family turned into one of the most shocking betrayals ever. Chris Watts, a seemingly loving husband and father, murdered his pregnant wife, Shanann, and daughters Bella and Celeste. He even appeared on TV pleading for their return. Subscribe for more true crime stories. Shanann Watts curated their life for the camera as a thriving social media influencer. She and Chris appeared to have it all: a spacious Colorado home, 2 darling daughters, and another baby, a boy, on the way. Through videos and social posts, Shanann shared details of her work with a wellness company, her excitement about her pregnancy, and loving moments with Chris. To friends and outsiders, they were the family next door. But beneath that facade, there were signs of marital discord and a brewing storm of secrets. Chris was quiet, often described as reserved but friendly. Shanann was outgoing, her social media presence revealing glimpses of family joys and the pressure she felt to keep up appearances. On August 13th, 2018, Shanann returned home from a business trip, captured by a neighbor's security camera, walking into her house in the early morning hours. Hours later, Chris claimed to have last seen her and their girls when leaving for work. That same day, a friend reported Shanann missing after she missed a critical doctor's appointment and stopped responding to calls and messages. Police arrived at the Watts home for a welfare check that escalated quickly. Shanann's car was in the garage, purse and keys untouched, her phone left at home. The girls' child seats were unused. Alarm bells rang. Chris played the concerned husband, appearing on local television, begging for his family's safe return.
So when you guys come home, do you usually use the front door or the garage door? How do you guys?
I usually open the garage door, come in.
Okay.
She uses front or garage, it kind of depends.
Okay. Is that a ring out there?
Oh, that was...
No, the doorbell, is that a ring doorbell?
Yeah, like when you got a visitor, it does, but I don't think the speaker is on to where you hear it, like by...
Okay. I guess my question for you is, would it show her leaving with the kids? Did you have any alerts?
If she came out here, yes.
Did you have any alerts today with that?
Just when her friends were here.
The urgency and emotion seemingly genuine. Yet within days, detectives grew suspicious. Chris's stories changed. He seemed evasive, and evidence suggested that Shanann never left the house alive. Meanwhile, family and close friends immediately suspected Chris, recounting recent marital strife and oddities in his behavior. Police and FBI investigators dug deep. Surveillance footage from a neighbor's camera around the Watts home revealed Chris loading his truck repeatedly on the morning of the disappearance, carrying unknown objects, eventually driving away as the sun rose. That same truck was later used to transport the bodies of his wife and daughters to a distant oil field where Chris worked.
If there was any sort of action out there,
On his cameras,
I would have got it.
Like
Right.
we had issues the other week when people were stealing stuff out of like garages and stuff like that. And I had parked my truck
I had
here.
to park right here.
Yeah. So someone,
See if
I could see
anything
where
happened.
someone tried to jimmy with a flathead screwdriver over there, and it was just like,
But if any action would have happened, any cars or anything left your house, I would
yeah,
have
if it would
got it.
have been like right in that area, it should have picked.
Oh, it'll pick up anything coming down the street. This way.
You know where that trigger is?
Oh, yeah.
Chris, I had noticed that he wasn't watching the tape. He was looking down at his phone a lot. He was looking away a lot. And every time he did say something, he was trying to prove a point.
Chris agreed to a polygraph test but failed spectacularly. Faced with mounting pressure and evidence, his affair, inconsistencies in surveillance videos, Chris confessed but spun another lie. He told police that Shanann had killed their daughters in a fit of rage and that he murdered her in response. The story unraveled quickly. Forensic evidence and Chris's own demeanor signaled the truth. He had murdered Shanann and then his daughters, Bella, age 4, and Celeste, age 3, smothering them and placing their bodies in crude oil tanks, while burying Shanann and unborn Nico in a shallow grave nearby. Behind Chris Watts' seemingly ordinary life was a double existence that few around him could have imagined. To neighbors and friends, Chris appeared as a reserved but supportive husband, quietly standing beside Shanann, who often showcased their family life on social media. Yet beneath that carefully maintained image, Chris was harboring secrets that would eventually lead to an unimaginable tragedy. During the investigation, it was revealed that Chris was having an affair with a co-worker, Nicole Kessinger, a relationship that began just months before the murders. Their connection was intense, marked by late-night conversations, text messages, and passionate promises of a new future together.
Just can't figure out why there's two Chris's. So we need to talk about that, okay? I cheated on her. I know.
That 5 weeks I was alone, I was with her most of the time. She's a wonderful person. I mean, she knew I was married, yes. And I told her we're going through issues, yes. And I told her that we're going to get, at the end, like, you're going to get separated. Like, once I figured out what that was, I didn't know what that was going to be. I saw her, took my breath away, and I'd never thought in a million years that could happen. I'm not proud of it. Shanann accused me of it. I denied it. I didn't hurt her. I cheated on her. I hurt her emotionally. I cheated on her.
Here's the challenge that we have. We knew about Nikki, and so we didn't need to ask you about her in the polygraph. I don't think this girl did anything to hurt anybody.
He has no idea that I'm talking to you guys. Nobody does.
Investigators uncovered messages in which Chris expressed love and devotion to Nicole, describing dreams of a life unburdened by family responsibilities. The affair provided him with a vision of freedom, a chance to start over without the weight of financial struggles, parenting duties, and a marriage that Shanann had sensed was unraveling. Meanwhile, Shanann grew increasingly worried. Through texts later revealed by investigators, she voiced her fears of abandonment, noting Chris's emotional distance and lack of affection. She fought desperately to hold the marriage together, even planning trips and counseling in hopes of repairing the relationship. But Chris had already begun detaching himself, emotionally aligning his future with Nicole and not with the family he had built. Prosecutors later argued that Chris's desire for a new life, untangled from obligations and debts, was the driving force behind his decision.
He's a really good guy, and I'm worried about his wife and kids.
Police quickly found out that Nicole and Chris were co-workers, that their relationship started while in the office.
And then did your relationship develop beyond friendship?
Yes.
You're so damn sexy.
Hi. It's me. I miss your face. I was just calling to say hi. Call me back. Bye.
Once confronted with proof of his infidelity and the results of his failed polygraph, Chris finally admitted to taking the lives of his wife and daughters. In November 2018, Watts pleaded guilty to all counts, 5 total counts of first-degree murder, including charges related to the unlawful termination of Shanann's pregnancy, unborn Nico, and 3 counts of tampering with the bodies. He received 5 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole, plus additional sentences for other crimes.
Absolutely believes that the maximum sentence of 48 years would be appropriate to run consecutive to the other charges, with an additional mandatory parole period of 3 years as set forth by statute. With regard to count number 7 as it relates to tampering with a deceased body, as well as counts 8 and 9, each a class 3 felony, the court is going to impose a maximum sentence of 12 years each for those counts to run consecutively to the other counts.
Family members of Shanann broke down in courtrooms, expressing immeasurable grief. Shanann's parents pleaded for justice, but asked prosecutors not to pursue the death penalty, wishing to avoid more loss and violence. Watts was transferred to a high-security prison in Wisconsin, where he continues to serve his sentence. The gruesome nature of the crime and the duplicity displayed by Watts made the case an instant global phenomenon. Media outlets, podcasts, and documentaries dissected every aspect, from police body cam footage of the first welfare check to hours of interrogation tapes and televised confessions. Netflix's American Murder: The Family Next Door assembled home videos, text messages, and actual police footage to create an intimate look at the case. Key footage includes Chris's calm demeanor as he loads his truck after the murder, interactions with detectives, and the heartbreaking interviews with Shanann's parents. Experts have pointed out the intersection of narcissism, sociopathy, and the stress of leading double lives. The Watts home became a site of tragedy and caution, a place where social media projection masked devastating truths. The Chris Watts case is more than just a crime. It's a haunting reminder of how darkness can hide behind the mask of a perfect life. He wasn't only a husband and father, he became a symbol of betrayal so chilling that it stunned the world. His actions destroyed not just his family, but also the illusion of safety and trust within a community. If this case grips your attention, make sure to hit the like button, share your thoughts on the Chris Watts story in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Turn on the notification bell to stay updated with more true crime stories. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.